Oh, hi everyone. I just wanted to make a quick video about the Donald Trump ban on certain Muslim countries being lifted by a judge from Seattle. I am kind of annoyed with this. On the surface, it seems like a really stupid concept. Um, for one thing, they call it a Muslim ban. It's not a Muslim ban. It's a ban of people from certain countries that are predominantly Muslim. As the Trump administration has said, there are still lots of countries that are predominantly Muslim that are not banned. And the ones that are banned for a reason. Uh, Most notably because the Obama administration had been bombing them for the last years. So it makes total sense that we don't want them coming over here. Uh, and you know who to blame? Who's to blame on this? Hillary Clinton, Justin Trudeau, and all those whiny politicians that didn't get their way and didn't have Hillary Clinton win the presidency. They still can't stand Donald Trump winning. And rather than gracefully leaving, like Al Gore, John McCain, Mitt Romney, just sort of taking a more quiet stance on things, they're scheming, they're plotting, and they want their revenge. And they're not going to go away. They're so butthurt, they just can't handle it. And they can say what they want on the media, and for the most part, get away with it. Okay, they embellish things a lot. Like, you watch the news and it sounds like there are protests everywhere, everyone's up in arms. No. You're telling us everyone's up in arms and that there's these massive protests, and there's not. A few thousand people is not a lot of people. In all the major cities in Canada, there's millions of people. 1,000 people is nobody. I wore Donald Trump hat downtown. Nobody said a single word to me. It's this media trying to whip something up into a frenzy to create the mayhem and distrust in the government and all these other aspects that they say that the Donald Trump administration is causing. And rather than asking people what opinion they have, they're trying to tell us what we should think on the media. It's no longer asking, it's no longer providing information and going, well, what do you think? Maybe it never was. Actually, it probably never was. But it most certainly isn't now. And I am not a whiny little crybaby liberal who can't stand the fact that there isn't going to be a first female president, at least until 2020. Don't get me wrong, I think there should be a female president at some point. Just not Hillary Clinton. Ever. She's done. She's finished. She should just go away. She's got so many things wrong with her. Just think about it, people. Really think about it. All those countries that Trump banned, which weren't very many, and not even for a very long time. What was it, like 120 days he was going to ban him? Well, he, gets his administration together and things like that. And the fact is that a lot of people didn't want Trump to win, and this is an insecure time because of that. So it makes total sense to at least put them aside for now until they figure out exactly what to do. Give them a little bit of time, a little bit of breathing room. It's not that unreasonable. They're acting like this 120 days is forever and ever and ever. It's not. And this judge in Seattle, who do you think you are? You only got to make that decision because there are other politicians who are not the president helped you along. And That is rubbish. And I see Facebook posts where they say, "Oh, Donald Trump has put in 10 executive orders," and or something like that, something to the effect, and that doesn't make him a president. It makes him a dictator. He's going on social media and the television and declaring that he's made these decisions. Yes, he's in a position of authority. That's what the president is. Where you're wrong is that Obama did the same things. He went into Libya. He did all these, invading countries and things like that. He was the only president to be at war every single day of his presidency. He did bad things too. And he didn't always say exactly what he was going to be doing or why. He lied on numerous occasions. Yeah, it's so frustrating having to deal with these type of people who just I don't know if they know they're just idiots and they're just going along with the flow because of this simplistic, dogmatic rhetoric of no, we're the open country, we must respect people, we must bring in immigrants and refugees and things like that who are only fleeing conflict. I mean, the conflict the previous administration started, but I don't know. You're calling us Trump supporters the racists. You're calling us the ones that promote hate. Excuse me. The previous administration was the one that dropped bombs on these countries. And not only that, but you're trying to stamp out Trump supporters is another form of hate speech. It's not exactly the same thing as you, because you don't crack any jokes, and you're just a whiny modern-day metrosexual. When you tell Trump supporters, no, you can't crack jokes, no, you have to embrace immigration and things like that from countries, by the way, who don't do the same thing towards us. I have no illusions. I'm only aware of my current surroundings. I'm not entirely cognizant of what's going on in the world, but neither of them. You can go to those countries if you so wish, with your arms open and a big smile on your face, and tell them they're welcome, and see what will happen to you. Not because you did anything particularly wrong, but because of the color of your skin and their skin. They'll chop off your head. They'll do whatever they want to you. They'll torture you. Specifically those countries in Trump's travel ban. I really hope this decision gets overturned because it was obviously made by people who have counterproductive theories on politics, and they don't speak for the people regardless of what the media tries to portray them as. They're speaking for themselves, and they're just another type of people who pound home a message, keep it simple, and if you don't agree with them, you get silenced. That's not a democracy. That's just you brainwashing idiots. So you may have a few supporters, quite a few supporters, but it's not because you used your intellect. It's because you talk down to them. You talk to them like they're simple, and you treated them like they were idiots. And then anyone who disagreed, it's not that you came up with a counter argument. It's just that you silenced them. You pushed them out of the way. Whereas the Trump administration has allowed you assholes to have an opinion. Which is more than what Trump supporters can say about you. You're not giving us an opinion. You're not letting us voice our concerns. No, we don't want people from those countries coming over here. No, we don't want to open our arms and our ass cheeks and take it straight up the root canal from all over the world. No. Okay, Whitey may have taken over this country a few hundred years ago from the natives. Yeah, we did. It's called conquering. We actually needed to do that so that we had our territorial advantages, which helped us basically be a dominant force in the world. Without it, we just would have been a small little continent on one side of the planet. And people of other nationalities would have taken the advantage and taken over these countries anyway. It's just, the whole thing is nauseating. Like, I've yet to hear an intelligent argument on why we should let these refugees into the country. And because we're bombing them is not a reason. Because you feel bad is a whiny little crybaby thing to say. And it is not because they don't deserve sympathy, but because there are people in their country who are extremist. And they view the refugees running away from them as the cowards, weaklings, and traitors. So they don't even like them. And they'll do anything to get back at America for their inadequacies. Well, yeah, it appears that the Trump administration is going to be plagued throughout its entire duration of people trying to hinder Donald Trump. None of this would have happened under the Hillary Clinton administration because she would have silenced all dissidents. She wouldn't have been so forward and upright about it, but she guaranteed would have. There would be no one contradicting her. The news outlets, people, public opinion, none of that would really matter, because that's their undertone, their underhanded method of dealing with people that don't agree with them. They don't give them the option to argue with them, debate with them, or even have a discussion, or even be informed on any level about what they're doing. And then they just start pounding home the simplistic messages over and over again. There's been more intellectual stimulation from the Trump administration in the past 2 weeks than there was throughout 90% of Obama's presidency. I know this because I look at the social media and I look at what's going on, and there's discussion, there's this, that, and the other. And, well, there is and there isn't. The ones that disagree with Donald Trump have a very loud voice. There isn't nearly as many of them as I said earlier, but there most certainly is enough of them that they control the media outlets and dictate their opinions. All this requires is a few people standing up, growing some balls, and waking up to what the world really is. And I wanted to like Trudeau because I like Pierre Trudeau, but I'm not really a big fan of Justin. He's a mangina. And I really don't respect Canada's position on this whole argument. Anyway, there was something else I wanted to bring up about this discussion, but I forgot what it was. I didn't rehearse this. I was just woke up, watched the news, and was immediately annoyed. I can't stand these people. But I do agree that everyone should have an opinion, and they most certainly should allow Donald Trump supporters to have an opinion of their own. Yeah, so anyway, this was supposed to be just a quick video. I have no idea how long I've been talking for, so I'm probably going to wrap things up now. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one.